Good evening, everybody. Brother Ed coming to you once again this evening from Louisville, Kentucky with American Stealth and the news you can use. Excuse my appearance, please. I haven't been home long. I might do some yawning. I'm going to try not to. I'm tired. It is March 2nd, 2020, and the year is beginning with a bang. 8,400 people now quarantined in San Francisco. At least one death in Seattle. If anyone is currently being quarantined there or being monitored, I am not sure. However, at this point, there is somewhere between 125 to 150 people self quarantining in New York City. All three of these cities are seeing shortages of the following: rice, bath tissue, bleach, sanitizer, gloves, and sanitizing wipes. Now, I find it interesting that since all of this started with the run on the grocery stores in these three cities, the stock of Clorox has gone way up. I did not get the exact numbers as to just how high Clorox stock has gone, but from what I hear, it has skyrocketed. So far, it seems to be only women that are buying whole cartloads full of bath tissue. And I have to ask, ladies, how much tissue do you need to dry yourself up? I'm sorry, but we all know that a lot of women seem to feel like they need to use like a quarter of a roll just for that particular job to get it done. I don't think you really need quite that much. Well, anyway, getting on. So far, most of the country is still unaware of community spread. Now, that basically means, in a nutshell, that people who have not been in contact with anyone from Asia, China, or anywhere in the infected Asian countries, people are now getting this virus without having to be in contact with anyone other than people who were basically born and raised in the same city. Should be telling us quite a bit there. This is an airborne virus, obviously. It looks unlikely that people will stock up until, as has happened in these three cities, they hear about a death from coronavirus in their city or state. Now, that's bad for them, the ones that are unwise enough to wait that long. But for those of us who are not that unwise, it's a good thing. That means that we have time still to begin the process of stocking up on everything that we need on a daily basis. Some people are saying have at least a month worth of everything. That's a good idea, but it's not as good as 3, 6, or 12 if you can manage that. Seriously. That's far wiser if you're able to manage to do it. If you can't, then just get a little extra. Whatever you can afford. A little extra of everything, put it aside, and don't use it. And keep doing that every time you go shopping. A little bit of surplus is better than no surplus at all. If you can't afford to buy bottled water, you got a tap. Surely you're buying milk. Empty your milk jugs, clean them out, put about, maybe a half a cap full of bleach in there, and fill the rest of it up with water. It's really that easy. I've got probably about 12 gallons of water in my bedroom closet at this point, just from doing exactly what I just suggested that you do. Get started, y'all. Come on now. We may not have much time. And I have to say, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Granted, I realize, trust me, I do. I know how uncomfortable it's going to be in a situation where, excuse me, I warned you. Excuse me. How uncomfortable it's going to be in a situation where you might have to live in nothing but a tent. But again, as I have said before, you will at least be out of the wind. You will be out of the rain, snow, and potential ice. That's better than being out in it on a cold day. It really is. And saying that, I'm going to say this. This is the best time, right now, is the best time to get out of the city. Stock up as best as you can, or take whatever you have currently stocked if you've been doing it for a while, and go. You know, if you don't own your own rural property, you don't really necessarily have to. Almost everybody lives in a state or a city that is nearby a dense forest where nobody lives except for animals. That will really be the best and safest place for you to be, provided there is a body of fresh, clean water nearby. I would definitely suggest a stream, if at all possible, over a pond, because the water is cleaner. Rocks and what have you and moss, you know, all natural water filtering system. This is the time. I mean, think about it. When the water stops running because the electricity has gone out, because why? Almost everybody's dead. May not get to that point, but it could. Just to be on the safe side, I really would strongly advise those that are willing to do it now instead of waiting until the last minute when it might be too late. Go now while the getting's good. Because if you wait until these things happen, and everybody at that point, or a whole lot of people anyway, are trying to do the same thing, it's going to be very difficult to get out of the city. Why? Because the streets are going to be jammed. The highways are going to be jammed. People are going to be scared. They're going to be panicking. God knows what kind of behavior you could expect from them at that point. And sticking around in the city too long after that, you're really going to be in trouble. Because that's when, well, it's going to really even be before that, as far as the poop hitting the fan. It's already started in San Francisco, Seattle, and New York. It's already hitting the fan in those three cities. Do you really want to wait until you're having to fight with people for a package of bath tissue or a bag of rice? I wouldn't want to wait until then. I really wouldn't, because that's going to be a pretty darn dangerous thing to wait for. It may not even take that long before people are robbing you as soon as you come out of the grocery store for your food. You know, that kind of thing is going to happen. And it may not be too far off in the distance. And after that, well, I've explained what's going to happen after that. Whatever wild animals there are in the community, they're going to be hunted till they're all gone. Then they'll come after your pets. Then they'll come after you. Speaking of pets, stock up and everything that you need for them as well. And I think it's odd what they're doing in China, but just because one person is suspected of having gotten coronavirus from their dog, the Chinese government has told everybody that they have to euthanize their pets, and if they don't, they're going to do it for them. I got news for everybody. Better not be trying to hurt my babies. I'll come after you with a damn gun. As long as they're not sick and I'm not sick, it ain't none of your damn business. At any rate, till next time, be at peace, be in prayer, be prepared, and pray some more. Trust in God. He's got your back. Bro Ed the Red, signing out.